Alrighty, guys, I finally made it. I did not get a chance to do Saturday like I originally planned. I think weekends can be a little chaotic, but I'm here on Sunday instead. So I guess these are the 2 days that I'll, alternate back and forth. My day's been quite busy at the clinic. I've been schedule has been picking up a lot. Now, I'm a licensed therapist and I work in a clinic and it's been quite busy. So, yeah, so some more notes, more things to do. So busy, busy, busy. But I wanted to make sure I come here this week and do another channel read and channel message for you guys. But before we start, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can get updates on when I go live and also when I post new videos here on my channel. This week, the message is going to be you are not alone. You are not alone. That's the message for this week is you are not alone. Good to see you all. Glad to see you here on board. So yes, you are not alone. That's the message for this week. I also want to announce that I have my Purpose Healing Arts channel up, and I'm starting to put new videos up on there. On that channel, I'm going to have a lot of mostly all my reads there. So I'm going to being putting more collective reads on that channel. Also, I'm gonna be doing all sorts of collective reads there on that channel. So I'm gonna still do the channel reads here live, but I'm gonna do some collective reads in astrology and alchemy, universal guidance, ancestral guidance. I'll be going more in depth on that channel, on the Purpose Healing Arts channel. So don't forget to subscribe on that channel as well. The link will also be below for that channel. It's going to be my backup channel onto this one. So yeah, don't forget to check that channel out. So let's get started. Now, let's see here. Our the channel message here is you are not alone. Many people believe that you have to go um, a lifetime doing things by yourself. I said they don't realize that they are not truly alone. When a person's mind only focuses on the physical, they limit themselves to seeing things through a limited point of view. Believing that everything is outside of yourself put the power of change in other people's or entities' hands. It stunts your growth and it weakens you and allow others to take advantage of you. Going within empowers you and enables you to connect with your inner universe of wisdom. So yes, you're not alone. I think that's what people need to realize, that you're not by yourself. That you have an inner universe, and it's important to connect to the inner universe. And I think a lot of times people are taught through various religions to put that power on everybody else, and it's a method used uh, for a very long time to have control over your fate. And so once you know that you have the power to change things, everything tends to change in your life and make a huge difference. And that's what people fail to realize. Some people do. Having an expanded view allows you to connect with your ancestors and connect with the universe and the ancient roots of seeing beyond the physical through your third eye. Your special awareness. Oh, wait, I can barely read my handwriting. Awareness, awakeningness allows you to see past the illusion and see things as they really are. So you start to see things with more clarity because you have a more expanded view. You're going inward and tapping into your ancient wisdom. And that's what some people are learning to do. It's a work in progress. I have a video talking about how to work on your spiritual exercise. You may want to check that out. I delve into that, already. So you can check that out. It's under my playlist, spirituality playlist. Y'all may want to check it out. The cards that I'm using here is the Clarifying Life Situations deck and Archangel Oracle card deck. Those are cards that I'll be using for this particular read. Okay. Let's see what the collective has to. Let's see what Spirit has to say for the collective. Let's see here. Let me shuffle these cards. This is a new deck. I got this card deck, I believe, from TikTok. So somebody asked me, where do you get your cards deck from? I get them from TikTok. Also, I get them from Etsy store. And sometimes I get them from Amazon. They're good places to get your cards deck from. Woo. Let's see here. Archangel Michael, I look on the angels. Oh wow, he's got to know which cards to pull. Which cards to pull from the collector? Which cards to pull from the collector? Oops, that one popped out. More. Which cards to pull from the collector? Okay. Alrighty. Any more cards? Okay, that one popped out too. Okay, we got 4 cards. Is that it? Alright. Okay, Spirit's telling me that's it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, the first card that came out is Planning Phase. Planning Phase. Let me see if I can read this. It says, take a few steps back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into a reality. I think this is quite interesting. It's a picture of the chest. Yeah, chest card. Yeah. I think it's interesting how it has the planet. I'm sorry about the phone. The phone is ringing. But we'll get to that person later. But planning phase. Sometimes we have to plan things out. This landed in the past. I thought this was interesting. A lot of times, in order to move forward in your future, you have to make a plan. Figuring out which way to go. I think some people get on a tangent and go all over the place. And that's how they make a mess of things. And so it's important to start thinking about going into a planning phase, looking ahead, following intuition. It's like the game of chess. You follow your intuition. Good to see you guys. Glad to have you all on board. Yeah, it says take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so that you may turn your goals into reality. That's a part of manifesting. Sometimes you have to plan. In order to manifest, you have to, so you know which direction you're going to go. So that landed in the past. This card is Tide of Transition. Tide of Transition. Okay. Let's see. It says, embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transition into love and work. Embrace the tide of change with openness and allow the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. So change. Some of y'all have to go through change. Some of y'all going through some transitions in your life. Sometimes it may appear as storms. I think it's interesting how they use the water, how you transition. Sometimes these changes may come as a storm, especially if you don't know where you're going to go. I like to use an example of like when you're losing a job. Like I remember when I got laid off years ago, and how that was very stormy, It was a frightening experience. Sometimes these changes can be very frightening because they can appear as storms. And, you have storm clouds right in front of you. You're on a boat and you're sailing in turbulent waters and it's a storm and you don't know which way to go. And then you don't know what you're going to see on the other side. And so And a lot of times these transitions bring you into a better position for yourself. And a lot of times when you don't want to change, we get complacent, we get stuck, and we want to stay in one spot. These storms lead you to a better, better and calmer waters, believe it or not. And this can be in both your love life, and it can be also in work relationships as well. On the next card that came out is walking unscathed. Ooh, walking unscathed. Wow, see? Unscathed. Now it says here, I can barely read this. It says, you were fortunate. A trap was laid, but you was wise. Your wisdom kept you from falling into it. So there's some traps along the way when you're trying to follow your life passion, your mission in life. There's some obstacles that sometimes get in the way. But using that intuition, that goes back to that ancient wisdom and knowledge, helps guide you. And it helps you fall into these pitfalls. These obstacles or, karmic situations. They could be, I call them distractions, But when, and this landed in the future, I think a lot of you, you changed yourself. You went through stormy waters, and then sometimes, in the future, you learn from these mistakes and rough patches. These stormy situations. Now you can identify them a lot better, a lot quicker, and you know how to avoid them. And also tapping into that inner universe, like I said, your intuition, following your spiritual guides helps with all of that. Then the next card is Flames of Passion. It says, let the flames of passion, light your way, but be mindful of the fires they may ignite in your journey. Flames of passion, following your passion. That's something that some of y'all are working on, your future, your dreams, your passion in life. Sometimes it can be a tough road to follow, but, it said that the flames of passion light your way, but be mindful of the fires that ignite your journey. So, yeah. It may be a little hot there while you're following that path, but it's good to follow it, though. In other words, being mindful. So that's the card read. Let's see what's on the bottom of that. I'm just curious. Metamorphosis. Interesting. This was on the back, on the bottom. Out of that, metamorphosis, change. Once again, it's talking about change, this transition. This was like in the present, I guess present, and then this is then further into the future, change, mirage. Embrace your tender transition between past forms and future possibilities, as illuminated by transformative butterfly. See, some of y'all are going to go through a major change. These changes is leading into bigger and better things. You see? Got to look past the illusion. So, that's a card message from this deck. This is from the Clarifying Life Situations deck. So, let's see here. That is it for that deck. Let's see what the Oracle Angel deck has to say. Put this aside. Interesting message. Interesting. It falls in line with what we're talking about. You're not alone. These changes that you go to, sometimes you do feel like you're alone, especially if it doesn't seem like anything's going to fall in place. But, it will. Some things may not seem like what it seems, That's why you got to look beyond just the physical. I need a shovel? Okay, let's see. Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Alrighty. The first card that came out is Archangel Azrael. It says here, your loved ones in heavens are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Hello from the heavens. Okay, some of y'all have loved ones watching over you. I said tapping into the inner universe and your ancients, the ancestors. They're watching over you. And this card shows that your love is landed in the past. Remember who you are. This is Archangel Michael. Woo-hoo. I love Archangel Michael. He says, you're a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very much loved. It's just a reminder that you're loved. You're not by yourself. Call on Archangel Michael when you need your help. He's your protector. You got to know it and believe it. He's there. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you guys. So remember who you are. Some of y'all have forgotten, especially when you're going through that stormy situation I was telling you about. It's tough transition time. You feel like you're by yourself, but you're not. You got Archangel Michael. He got your back. Then the next card is angel therapy. It says, give your cares and worries to us, the angels, and allow us to take your burdens. That's when you go back into the universal guidance that I was telling you about. It said the heavens, your angels, your ancestors watching over you, ancestral guidance, your angels are watching over you, universal guidance. The Most High is watching over you. You're not by yourself. And so once you tap into universal guidance, everything's in the flow. It says, beloved one, Archangel Chamuel, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate and relationship. Some of y'all are worrying about meeting someone special. It's landing in the future, and you are. You're not by yourself on that one either. You really aren't. And then the bottom of the deck, counselor. You're a natural counselor. Many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Some of y'all are destined to be counselors as well. You all have special gifts and supposed to be pursuing it. All on the word to doing that. And there's different type of counselors in every aspect in different fields. So yeah. So that's the card message for this week, you guys. Yeah, powerful message. Yeah, you all are not alone. You're not by yourself. A lot of y'all have important work to do. And don't forget that. But this is the message for this week. Next week, let's see here. Let me see what the message is for next week. Let me pull it up. The message for next week is Eye of Discernment. Eye of Discernment. That's the message for this week. Next week, I'm sorry. Next week is Eye of Discernment. So I'll be here either on Saturday or Sunday. I've been trying to do on Saturday, but it's been a little difficult. I was letting everybody know that my schedule is picked up at the clinic. So I've been pretty swamped. But I'm going to make sure I still get here on the weekend to do these channeled messages with you guys. But please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have over 800 videos on this channel. Binge watch my videos. I talk about the American Aborigines. I talk about mental health. I talk about spirituality. And I also have a backup channel, you guys. Don't forget to check that one out. That is the Purpoz Healing Arts channel. I just started putting more collective reads on that channel. I'm going to be trying to be more consistent, putting more of those lead reads up there. I'm going to be putting those reads up there as well, because that's going to be on collective reads, astrology, things about, more depths into universal and ancestral guidance. I'll be talking about that. Alchemy, metaphysics on that channel. So go check that one out too. Please please subscribe to that channel as well. I'll greatly appreciate it. And I'm putting more videos on that one as well. And so I'm trying to grow that one as well. And I appreciate you all for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to binge watch. I'll talk to you all next time. Love and peace. Bye-bye.